How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to take a look back at the last couple of days in the Premier League. There's a big win for Chelsea, there's a win for Manchester City, and there's a defeat for Arsenal and Spurs.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So, like I said, we're going to take a look back at the last couple of days of Premier League matches. It's the last DT's Daily for 2023. How quickly has this year gone? I'm definitely looking forward to 2024. But yeah, listen, there were some big games over the last couple of days. We're going to go straight into Wednesday night's games. And there was a big win for Chelsea against Crystal Palace. And it actually took a last-minute penalty to get the 3 points for Chelsea. So again, they've got the 3 points, but it's very much paper in cracks. There's still some issues and they still don't look that great. Mudryk scored the first goal. Elise equalised. And then, like I said, Chelsea got the penalty in the last minute and were able to get the 3 points. Brentford against Wolves. Bit of a shock, this result. Wolves 4-1 winners. An absolutely crazy opening 15 minutes. Wolves took the lead, scored the second, and then Brentford scored, and you thought, okay, they're back in the game straight away, and then it went 3-1, and then finished the game off with about 10 minutes to go for 4-1, and that's a big result for Wolves. But Brentford, they've hit a bit of a dip, and yeah, not at the right time, and Ivan Toney's not far away now from returning, and yeah, will he play, go in, leave? Nobody knows what the hell's happening at the moment, do we? But the transfer window is very much fast approaching. Everton against Manchester City, and this was a 3-1 win for Manchester City. First half, Everton took the lead, and they were good value for that lead. And in the second half, Manchester City absolutely destroyed them. Some of the football they played and some of the things that they were doing, well worthy of the win, albeit 2 of those 3 goals were because of Jordan Pickford. Absolutely awful mistakes. The first one, long range effort from Phil Foden. Don't know why he's moving to his right. Like, it just didn't make any sense at all. The third goal, what is he trying to do? And it's just such a strange one with Pickford. He's got the arrogance of, one of the best goalkeepers in the world when he's nowhere near. Don't get it. But yeah, big win for Man City. Of course, coming back from the Club World Cup and everything else. So yeah, difficult evening. And they've navigated it and got the 3 points. Moving into last night's game. Arsenal. I spoke about this so much already. What went wrong? What was wrong? What was not right? And West Ham had 2 shots on target all game and they scored 2 goals. And it'd be very easy for me to sit here now and talk about VAR and the decision. And listen, nobody's going to change my mind on the fact that that ball was out of play. It was so clearly out of play. But once again, we're sitting there talking about something that's gone against us. And for that to happen to us twice already this season, how's your luck? But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and blame VAR for the defeat because that was not why we lost the game. The reason why we lost the game is because we couldn't finish our dinner. Our attacking play was woeful. Absolutely abject, pathetic, weak, feeble. It was just poor. Martinelli poor, Trossard poor, Saka poor, Jesus poor. It was just really, really awful all round. And I think we had a record of the most touches inside an opposition penalty box without scoring a goal. And it was in the 70s or something like that. It was just, oh, mate, absolutely staggering. I'm still sitting there this morning just thinking, what on earth happened last night? And yeah, look, listen, I don't think that the players like Reece Nelson and that are the answer. But with our game coming up at the weekend against Fulham, I'd play Reece Nelson ahead of Martinelli. Martinelli does not deserve to be in the starting lineup right now. His performance stunk, and it stunk for quite a while. So instead of playing Reece Nelson for the odd game for about 10, 15 minutes and then sits on the bench for the next 3 or 4 or whatever, give him a run of games now. Turn around and say, you know what, for the next 4 or 5 games, you're going to be starting and you're going to get your opportunity to stake your place. See what happens. Can't be any worse than what Martinelli's producing at the moment. I'm genuinely serious. And, you know, the transfer window can't come quick enough for us because we need a shake-up. We need some fresh faces and we need a striker. It's as simple as that. Brighton against Tottenham. The scoreline will suggest an entertaining, quite even sort of game, 4-2. But it wasn't. Brighton absolutely annihilated Spurs in this game. And until, last 5 minutes or so, they were actually 4-0 up. And then Spurs score a couple of quick-fire goals and it kind of, you know, glosses over how bad the performance actually was. Brighton got a couple of penalties, deservedly so. Their third goal was unbelievable. But yeah, they looked really, really good and Spurs looked really, really poor. And yeah, listen, Brighton, like we said, they can do this to teams. I suppose, again, this is why I'm so annoyed at the Arsenal result, because look what we did to Brighton a couple of weeks ago. Nobody does that to Brighton. Not now anyway, but yeah, it's a big 3 points for them. It's another defeat for Spurs. You know, a month or so ago, everyone was talking about them being the next Invincibles. Mate, it's insane when you think about it. But that's a big, big result for Brighton and 3 points in the bag. And, you know, as we're about to close out 2023, obviously there are some games you know, before the year ends. So this is not the final Premier League table of 2023 because it will change. When you're looking at the matches that are coming up, you have Luton against Chelsea tomorrow. Going to be a tough game for Chelsea going to Kenilworth Road. Crystal Palace against Brentford. Interesting game. Manchester City against Sheffield United. That's a home win all day. Absolutely no question. Aston Villa against Burnley. That will be a home win in my opinion. Wolves against Everton. That should be an interesting game. Nottingham Forest against Manchester United. That will now be an interesting game given Nottingham Forest, you know, their result against Newcastle, new manager, etc., etc. Fulham against Arsenal on Sunday. Tottenham against Bournemouth. And that is the last of the games for 2023. Liverpool don't play until Monday, New Year's Day, against Newcastle. So when you're looking at the Premier League table, Aston Villa, they win. They will go above Arsenal, level on points with Liverpool, but they won't go above them unless they win about 9-0. It's not going to happen. Manchester City, they beat Sheffield United. They go above Arsenal on goal difference. And they will have the same amount of games played, although we are playing on the Sunday. A win for Arsenal at Fulham will take them back to the top of the Premier League. And they will finish 2023 top of the pile if they win their game against Fulham. And it doesn't matter what Aston Villa, Man City, etc. all do. Arsenal do the business against Fulham. We finish the year top of the table. So some interesting matches over the weekend. Premier League table certainly does look interesting. West Ham in 6th. Manchester United in 7th, Brighton in 8th. And yeah, when you're looking at the bottom, Sheffield United rooted right down there. I think they're done. They're not getting out of it. Burnley, Luton. And that's where it gets a bit interesting, from Luton to Everton, Forest, Palace, and even Brentford. That's not a great place for them to be sitting right now on 19 points. It's, Yeah, that's bad for them. They've hit a really bad run. And then, you know, you've got Fulham on 21, and then you've got a bit of a gap to 25. And that's where the likes of Chelsea and Wolves and that are. But yeah, it's been an interesting year. We'll see what the Premier League table is, you know, come the end of the year on Sunday. And yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily, the last one of 2023. If you are new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.